Question number 151. Test identification parade is admissible under. Correct answer is option C, that is section 9. TIP is admissible under section 9 of Indian Evidence Act. Question number 152. Identification of a suspect by photo is option A, admissible in evidence, option B, not admissible in evidence, option C, section 9 of the Indian Evidence Act excludes identification by photo, option D, section 8 of the Indian Evidence Act excludes identification by photo. Here correct answer is option A, that is admissible in evidence. Identification of a suspect by photo is admissible in evidence. Now let us proceed to question number 153. A sues B for libel imputing the disgraceful conduct to A. B affirms that the matter alleged to be libelous in nature is true. The position and relations of the parties at the time when the libel was published may be relevant. Option A, as constituting a motive for fact and issue. Option B, as conduct influenced by fact and issue. Option C, as introductory to fact and issue. And option D, as preparation for fact and issue. Correct answer is option C, that is as introductory to fact and issue. Question number 154. TIP यानी test identification parade is corroborative evidence. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 155. Important case related to identification parade is Ramanathan versus State of Tamil Nadu, Ram Lochan versus State of West Bengal, Queen Empress versus Abdullah, and option D, all of these. Here correct answer is option A, that is Ramanathan versus State of Tamil Nadu is relating to test of identification parade. Question number 156. Which one of the following statement is incorrect regarding to a test identification parade? Option A, it constitutes a substantive evidence. Accused should not previously be known to the witness. It helps the investigating agency to know that the investigation is proceeding on the right lines. And option D, it should be conducted as soon as after the arrest of the accused. Here in this question it has been asked which of the following statement is incorrect. Option A is incorrect. It constitutes substantive evidence is incorrect. Therefore, option A will be the right answer. Question number 157. To ensure fairness and accuracy in a test identification parade, the requirement is option A, parading person of same social status. Option B, parading person of same or similar physical appearance along with the suspect. Option C, parading to be done in presence of all the witnesses simultaneously. And option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, parading person of same or similar physical appearance along with the suspect. Question number 158. Which one of the following statement is correct? The latest approach towards the evidentiary value of identification parade as laid down by the Supreme Court in Anik Kumar versus State of Uttar Pradesh is that it is option A, mandatory evidence, option B, evidence which may be dispensed with, option C, corroborative evidence in criminal proceedings, and option D, evidence to support or to rebut any fact before the court in criminal proceeding. In question number 158, correct answer is option D, that is evidence to support or to rebut any fact before the court in criminal proceeding. Question number 159. Match list first and list second. Here, facts which shows the preparation of fact and issue. Here, correct answer is section 8. Facts which are the result of fact and issue. Correct answer is section 7. Facts which are part of the same transaction. Res gestae. Correct answer is section 6. Facts which are necessary to explain or introduce relevant facts. Correct answer is section 9. By going through these matches, the correct code will be option B. Question number 160. Which section makes anything said, done or written by an accused to a conspiracy relevant as against co-conspirators in reference to their common intention? Option A, section 10 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Here this option is the correct answer. Section 10 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Question number 161. A is tried for a riot and is proved to have marched as the head of a mob. The cries of the mob are relevant as option A, they are related to things said or done by the conspirators in reference to the common design. Option B, explanation of the nature of the transaction. Option C, explanatory of motive of preparation. And option D, explanatory of occasion, cause or effect of facts. Correct answer here is option B, that is explanation of the nature of the transaction. Question number 162. Which section of the Indian Evidence Act provides provisions relating to conspiracy? Correct answer is section 10. Question number 163. Things said or done by a conspirator in reference to common design is relevant fact under which section of Indian Evidence Act? Correct answer is option C, that is section 10. Question number 164. A and B were prosecuted for conspiracy for bribing a police officer. A came to the police station and offered an inspector packet of currency notes. He told the inspector that B had sent the money as a consideration for hushing up the case against him. The offer of money and the accompanying statement made by A were relevant against? Correct answer is option C, that is both A and B. Question number 165. X, Y and Z entered into conspiracy on December 26, 2007 to explode a bridge. In accordance with the conspiracy, the bridge was to be exploded on January 26, 2018. However, Mr. Y was arrested on January 24, 2018. He made statement to police about the conspiracy. However, remaining two conspirators successfully executed the conspiracy. Later on, the remaining two conspirators were also arrested and all were charged under the provisions of IPC. During trial, prosecution reasonably established the fact of conspiracy between X, Y and Z exploded the said bridge. In reference, which of the following fact is relevant under Section 10 of the Evidence Act? Option A, a letter written to X to Y on December 20, 2017 inquiring the possibility of a meeting. Option B, confession made of Y to the police on January 24, 2018. Option C, confession made of Z to the police officer on January 13, 2018. And option D, an email sent by Y dated January 16, 2018 to supplier of explosive. Here correct answer is option D, that is an email sent by Y dated January 16, 2018 to the supplier of explosives. Question number 166. Under the Evidence Act, anything said or written by a conspirator when the conspiracy is afoot is relevant against the co-conspirator on the basis of the doctrine of agency. Option C is the correct answer. Question number 167. The Indian Evidence Act declares that anything said, done or written by one of the conspirators is relevant to prove conspiracy if it was in reference to their common intention. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 168. With respect to Section 10 of Indian Evidence Act 1872, which of the following proposition expression is incorrect? Option A, there must be reasonable ground to believe in the existence of a conspiracy established by prima facie. Option B, it must be proved that the accused were parties to the conspiracy. Option C, the act, declaration, etc. of each conspirator must be only in furtherance of their common intention. And option D, the act, declaration, etc. must be confined to the period of conspiracy. Here in this question it has been asked which of the following expression is incorrect. So by going through these options, option C is incorrect will be the right answer. Question number 169. Which of the following fact is relevant under Section 10 of the Evidence Act? Option A, those facts which are introductory in nature. Option B, those facts which help to certain identification or an article of a person. Option C, those facts which depict relation between parties. And option D, those facts from which inference of conspiracy can be traced. Here correct answer is option D, that is those facts from which inference of conspiracy can be traced. Question number 170. Which of the following is not correct for relevancy of evidence to prove conspiracy? Here in this question it has been asked which of the following is not correct. Option A, there must be reasonable ground to believe that two or more persons have entered into a conspiracy. Option B, the act in question must have been done after the time when the intention to conspire was first entertained by any of them. And option C, the act must have been done in reference to their common intention. Option D, it can be used in favor of other party or for the purpose of showing that such person was not a party to the conspiracy. Here it has been asked which of the following is not correct. Option D is not correct. Other options are correct. Question number 171. The evidence relating to conspiracy is option A, common motive of the conspirators and any act done in pursuance of it. Option B, common intention of the conspiracy and anything written in pursuance of it. Option C, common intention of the conspirator and anything said, done, written by any of them in furtherance of that intention. Here option C is the correct answer. Question number 172. Fact not otherwise relevant becomes relevant if they are inconsistent or makes highly probable or improbable any fact in issue or a relevant fact. Option A, cannot be relevant. Option B, relevant under Section 11 of Evidence Act. Option C, relevant under Section 9 of Evidence Act. And option D, relevant under Section 7 of Evidence Act. Here correct answer is option B. This is not correct. Therefore, option B will be the right answer. Question number 173. Facts not otherwise relevant are relevant if they are inconsistent with any fact in issue or relevant fact. Which of the following sections of Indian Evidence Act contains the aforesaid principle of law? Correct answer is Section 11. Question number 174. Which one of the following sections of Indian Evidence Act provides the provision regarding plea of alibi? Correct answer is Section 11. Question number 175. Which section of Evidence Act called a residuary section dealing with the relevancy of facts? Correct answer is option A, that is Section 11. Question number 176. Facts which are inconsistent with any fact in issue are relevant on the basis of option A, plea of alibi. Option B, principles of res gestae. Option C, nihil ad rem. And option D, res integra. Correct answer here is plea of alibi. Section 11. Question number 177. The question is whether on 11 January 2019, A committed a crime of murder at Jaipur, whereas factually it has been proved that at the time and day of occurrences A was at Shimla. It is a relevant fact because option A, plea of alibi of the accused. Option B, by the nature of the transaction explaining of the relevant fact is revealed. Option C, it reveals subsequent conduct of the accused. And option D, the act of the accused was intentional and not an accidental act. Here correct answer is option A, that is plea of alibi of the accused. Question number 178. A is accused of murder of B by pistol alleged to be purchased on 15 September at Dehradun. A makes a statement that on 15 September he was at Lucknow, not at Dehradun. A's statement is a relevant fact under section 11. Question number 179. The question is whether A committed a crime at Kolkata on a certain day. The fact that on that day A was at Lahore is relevant. Option A, as a motive for the fact and issue. Option B, as introductory to fact and issue. Option C, as preparation of relevant fact. And option D, as it makes the existence of fact and issue highly improbable. Correct answer is option D. Question number 180. The plea of alibi is established by option A, prosecution. Option B, accused. Option C, either by prosecution or by accused. And option D, none of the above. Correct answer is option B. Plea of alibi is established by accused. Question number 181. The case of Dudhnath Pandey versus State of Uttar Pradesh is related to option A, res geste. Option B, plea of alibi. Option C, admission. Option D, accomplice. Correct answer here is option B, that is plea of alibi. Question number 182. The plea can succeed only if it is shown that the accused was so far away at the relevant time that he could not be present at the place where the crime was committed. The Supreme Court of India in this observation was referring to the plea of option A, innocence, option B, abetment, option C, alibi, and option D, self-defense. Here correct answer is option C, that is alibi. Question number 183. The question is whether the murder of X was committed by Y. The fact that Y produces an admission slip of hospital indicating dislocation of his hip bone during the period of alleged murder. Which one of the following is the correct provision of the Indian Evidence Act under the which it is relevant? Here correct answer is option D, that is section 11. Question number 184. Which of the following statements as per the provision of Indian Evidence Act is not correct? Option A, facts which are inconsistent with any fact and issue shall not be relevant. Option B, facts not otherwise relevant are relevant if by themselves or in connection with other facts they make the existence or non-existence of any fact and issue or relevant fact highly probable or improbable. Any fact is relevant which shows or constitutes a motive or preparation for any fact in issue or relevant fact. Admissions are not conclusive proof of the matters admitted, but they may operate as estoppels under the provisions of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Here option B, C, D and are correct. In this question, it has been asked which of the following statement as per the provision of Indian Evidence Act are not correct. Option A is not correct, therefore will be the right answer in this question. Question number 185. Section 11 of Indian Evidence Act enables a person charged with a crime to take what is commonly called the plea of option C, alibi. Question number 186. The question is whether A committed a crime at Kolkata on a certain day. In the answer to this question, which of the following fact is relevant? Option A, that A was out that day at Mumbai. Option B, that A habitually goes to Kolkata. And option C, that A habitually commits crime. And option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option A, that A was out that day at Mumbai will be the right answer. Question number 187. Under Indian Evidence Act, facts not otherwise relevant are relevant dash if they are significant. Options statement second, if they are inconsistent with any fact and issue or relevant fact. Statement third, if they make the existence or non-existence of any fact and issue or relevant fact highly probable or improbable. Here correct answer is option D, that is second and third statement are correct. Facts not otherwise relevant are relevant if they are inconsistent with any fact and issue or relevant fact, if they make the existence or non-existence of any fact or fact and issue relevant highly probable or improbable. Question number 188. Which section of the Evidence Act enables the court to determine the amount of damages? Option R, section 9, section 11, section 12, section 10. Here correct answer is option C, that is section 12. Question number 189. Which section of the Evidence Act lays down rules regarding the relevant facts when the right or custom is in question? Here correct answer is option B, that is section 13. Question number 190. Evidence of custom cannot be given to be established. Option A, a civil right. Option B, an easementary right. Option C, a customary right. And option D, a criminal right. Correct answer is option D, that is a criminal right. Question number 191. A marriage was solemnized in a general customary form. What is the rule for providing that it is a legal wedlock? Option A, the custom shall be proved by evidence. Option B, the court takes judicial notice of the custom. Option C, the court shall evaluate the effect of custom on the general public. And option D, all of the above. Correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 192. Fact showing existence of any state of mind or showing the existence of any state of body or bodily feeling are relevant under which section of Indian Evidence Act? Option A, section 16, option B, section 12, option C, section 14, and option D, section 15. Here correct answer is option C, that is section 14. Question number 193. The fact showing the existence of any state of mind under section 14 of Indian Evidence Act relate to intention, knowledge, good faith, all of these. Correct answer is option D, that is all of these. Question number 194. Which of the following does not find a mention as showing the state of mind under section 14 of Evidence Act? Option 1, will. Option B, motive. Option C, good faith. And option D, negligence. Here correct answer is option B, that is motive. Question number 195. A is accused of defaming B by publishing an imputation intended to harm the reputation of B. The fact of previous publication by A respecting B showing ill will on the part of A towards B is relevant. Option A, because it proves the preparation for harming A's reputation. Option B, as it is necessary to explain the fact in issue. Option C, as proving intention to harm B's reputation. And option D, as it is the effect of relevant fact. Here correct answer is option C, as proving intention to harm B's reputation. Question number 196. Under which one of the following sections of the Evidence Act the previous conviction of a person is relevant? Option A, explanation first to section 14. Option B, explanation second to section 14. Explanation third to section 14. Explanation 4 to section 14. Correct answer is option B, that is explanation second to section 14. Question number 197. A is accused of receiving stolen goods knowing them to be stolen. The above is the illustration of section 8, section 12, section 14, section 13. Correct answer is option C, that is section 14 of the Evidence Act. Question number 198. Under section 14 of Indian Evidence Act 1872, which of the following facts becomes relevant? Namely, fact showing the state of mind, fact showing state of body, fact showing state of bodily feelings, all of the above. Here correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 199. A is tried for the murder of B by intentionally shooting him dead. The fact that A on other occasions shot at B is relevant as it shows intention to shoot B, B motive to shoot B, C preparation to shoot B, D none of the above. Here correct answer is option A, that is intention to shoot B. Question number 200. X is tried for committing murder of Y by intentionally shooting at him. With reference to this intention, prosecution adduced the fact that X had attempted to shoot Y at an earlier occasion. The fact is relevant under dash of the Evidence Act. Correct answer is section 14 of the Indian Evidence Act.